bring in Sushant on the point that you made as far as US's success is concerned. Sushant, is becoming a bit unreal. The fact is that Trump appears to be in a bit of a panic mode. He's changed his rhetoric drastically. He's reaching out. He's called up Prime Minister Modi today. And perhaps that's welcome. I mean, the world welcomes the fact that there are peace overtures being made. But to look at it or build this up as some kind of victory is quite far from what the ground reality is. Oil prices universally are impacting on countries, even on countries like US, which is an oil producer.
So, Madhav, a couple of things. Look, have the Americans caused enormous destruction and devastation in Iran? Absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt about it. They've attacked the Iranian Navy. They've taken out any number of targets. You can't question that, right? But have they made Iran bend to their will? And I don't see clear evidence of that. Now, look, before the war started, and I'm not making this up, this is published information, Trump's special envoy expressed a lot of surprise, or said Trump was expressing a lot of surprise that the Iranians had not capitulated simply because he had amassed the forces on Iran's borders. After that, you again see that Trump himself says that, look, I never expected that the Iranians are going to hit the Arab countries or they are going to close the Straits of Hormuz. Yes, this was discussed, but we never thought this is in the realm of possible. So the Iranians have actually upped the ante. But for the Iranians to argue that by blocking the Straits of Hormuz, now if they were to argue that this is military strategy that they are adopting, perfectly, I can't question that. They are in the middle of a war, they will do what it takes. But for them to argue that they are doing this according to international law is absolutely ridiculous. Blocking the Straits of Hormuz or taking money for passage through an international waterway. This is not a domestic waterway. It's an international waterway which you are deliberately blocking for military purposes. I'm sorry, this is not within international law. You're completely violating it, and there's no two ways about it. But I can understand they're doing it simply because they are in the middle of a war. They will use whatever leverage they can find. But for the Americans to argue that they have actually have brought the Iranians to their knees, I don't think that is, at least I've not seen any evidence of that. If tomorrow something was to work out, we don't know. But as of now, it doesn't look like it.
And that's what, Adrian, you have to answer. I want Adrian to answer that question because, Adrian, whatever you may have done in 3 weeks, one thing that has not diminished is Iran's capability to attack in the neighborhood and also send out missiles which perhaps may have been intercepted all the way to Mauritius, to the Diego Garcia Islands.